Most people lose energy before the day even begins. Not because life is hard, but because their minds are too loud. Today's story is about staying calm when everything around you is chaotic. You don't need more motivation. You need something else. You need a rhythm. A rhythm steady enough that when work speeds up, you don't get dragged along with it. In American corporate life, what exhausts people is not the number of tasks. It's the speed and the feeling that if you don't respond immediately, you'll be left behind. Slack pings, Teams pings, emails marked urgent. A meeting moved up 30 minutes earlier. A short message. Can you jump on this? And you feel your body automatically switch into fight mode. Before you understand what's happening, your hand is already opening the laptop. Before you read carefully, your mouth is already saying okay in the meeting. Before you think, you've already promised a deadline that you know will cost you later. This is not because you are weak. This is a mechanism. In a place where speed is praised, fast reflexes are easily mistaken for competence. But there is a very cold truth. Not everything fast is progress. Some days, the most expensive thing you do is reply too quickly. You don't just lose time. You lose position. You lose the right to choose how you show up. Honestly, I used to live in just respond first mode. One time, around 4:47 p.m., the classic end of the day in the US, you're about to shut down. Your phone buzzes. Client saw an issue, need a fix by tomorrow morning. Do you know that feeling? Your heart beats faster. A very familiar sentence pops up in your mind. Why is it always me? And you start running. You reply immediately. You pull others in. You open files. You search for bugs. You act as if not doing it right away would make you a bad person. But after 20 minutes, you realize it's not a bug. It's a requirement change from the client that they forgot to mention. And at that moment, you realize you just burned 20 minutes, burned your energy, and most importantly, burned your calm for something that might not even be your responsibility. The most uncomfortable feeling is not having to do the work. It's the feeling of being dragged, like someone who has no say in what happens. There is a line here that experienced professionals understand very clearly. The line between being responsive and being reactive. Responsive means you reply with intention. Reactive means you respond out of emotion and pressure. The difference lies in a very small moment. The moment you create a buffer, a gap just wide enough for your brain to speak. And this is the idea I want you to carry with you today. You don't need to be faster. You need to be slower in the right places. Slowing down in the right places doesn't make you lose opportunities. It helps you make fewer mistakes, fewer reckless promises, fewer unnecessary battles that were never yours to fight. Let me give you a few practical methods, new, very workplace, and usable tomorrow. The first is a 10-second ritual I call switch the screen. When a message makes you heated, don't reply in that same window. Do one simple thing. Switch to another tab. Calendar, notes, anything. Why? Because your brain is being pulled by the stimulus. You change context. You interrupt the reflex. You create breathing room for your nervous system. In those 10 seconds, ask one simple question. What information is missing for me to do this correctly? Not, why are they being difficult? Not, do they look down on me? Just, what information is missing? Because much of workplace stress comes from ambiguity. People provide too little data, but plenty of pressure. The second technique, a one-line reply that keeps control in your hands. You don't need a long response. You need a response that designs the game. For example, I can take this on, just to confirm. Should the priority be quality or speed? Or, to meet the timeline, I'll need a /B from the team before 3 p.m. Could you please confirm? Your tone stays polite. But you are restructuring the situation. You are turning pressure into clear conditions. This is not being difficult. This is professionalism. And it creates a sense of safety, not just for you, but for the other person too. The third technique, very effective in meetings. Write the trigger. Don't argue the trigger. There are meetings in the US where you'll hear half-joking, half-pointed remarks like, "So, why is this still not done?" If you react, you'll start explaining emotionally. You'll speak faster, your voice will rise, and the more you speak, the more you'll sound like you're defending yourself. Instead, do something small. Write down 2 words in your notes. Public pressure or status threat. No one else needs to see it. You just need to see it. Because when you name it, you stop being controlled by it. Then you respond with data. We're currently waiting on legal sign-off. If we receive approval today, I can ship by EOD tomorrow. No defense, no attack, just position. The fourth technique, and the most emotional one, is protecting your energy after work. Many people think losing control only happens during work hours. No. It begins when you bring work home by keeping Slack open at 10 p.m. You see a late message, and your heart jumps. You haven't done anything, but your body has already gone back to work for the second time. If this sounds familiar, try a new activity, an intentional shutdown ritual. At the end of the day, before closing your laptop, write 3 lines. 1. The most important thing I did today. 2. What is still open and the next step. 3. Where I will start tomorrow. Just 3 lines. Not journaling. Not self-discipline. It's how you tell your brain, this has been put in its place. And when your brain trusts that there is a plan, it stops waking you up with anxiety. What I want you to remember, gently but clearly, is this. You don't need to win every exchange. You just need to not lose yourself in the exchange. At work, the person who keeps the rhythm is usually not the one who talks the most. It's the one who doesn't get pulled into other people's speed. You can still work fast, but fast under control. Fast without panic. Fast without insulting yourself with rushed reactions. If today you are in a place where your boss applies pressure, clients constantly change their minds, or your team is always in fire drill mode, I'm not telling you to drop everything. I'm only saying, take one thing back, the space. Because space is where you regain the right to choose how you live. And when you start observing instead of reacting, you don't just work better, you sleep better. You speak more gently with the people you love. You enter the next day without feeling like you're being chased. Calm is not a personality trait. Calm is a skill, and you can practice it, even on your busiest days. If you are learning how to stay calm in a noisy world, you are in the right place. Calm people don't win because they are smarter. They win because they don't give away their power. Don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel. We'll meet again in the next stories. Thank you for spending your time listening and allowing me to be with you for the past few minutes. Rest well. Tomorrow is a new day. I wish you peace and happiness.